18.
He'd go right after. But he was right in that mix too. But yeah, I think the Memphis kid, I think if they had stayed at 17, that was their guy. They also would have considered McDaniels at 17. I mean, that's how much they really liked Jaden McDaniels. Credit to that scouting staff and to that front office for nailing McDaniels. I mean, you can see that there's enough there, and he's engaged on defense, right? Like, there's not many guys on that team, right? Okogie, but it's a short list that are truly engaged on defense. McDaniels is engaged on defense. So to get him at 28, that was a big time win. So I think he would have been under consideration at 17, but I think Ochua would have been their guy. Yeah, he looks good with Miami. I'm with you.
Yeah, I've
really
seen some comments.
Yeah.
I've seen some comments on McDaniels that. So we've kind of been playing him at the 4 a little bit. I've seen some comments that I feel like, and I kind of agreed with him, that he needs to be more of a 3 level. He's more of a 3, I think, than a 4. Kind of like KD. I think we should play him in like a KD type role.
You know what, though? I like his length so much and his ability to alter shots that I'm okay if he's defending closer to the basket. I mean, truly, you are who you guard, right? You're not a 3 or 4 just based on offense. I mean, a lot of those positions are interchangeable in the modern day NBA. Like on offense, like, is Cade Cunningham a point guard next year? He's probably more like a point wing, right? So like, do you consider Cade Cunningham a 1, a 2, a 3? He's probably all the above
for sure
in some ways, right? So you are who you end up guarding. So I don't mind McDaniels guarding a lot of 4s, especially with 4s that are playing around the perimeter a lot more now, and try to end up, slashing to the hoop, that he can alter enough shots. I'm okay with him. Now in stretches, can he guard 3s? Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I just think Peyton, if he's guarding 4s, that's okay too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And he's shown us that he can play great defense on 4s. So yeah.
He's been good. I mean, he has been. There were some red flags at Washington with all the technical fouls, and he came off the bench, late in the season, and he, frankly, there were concerns, right? I mean, that's why you end up going 28, right? Just based on pure talent, he was probably a top 15 pick. So he fell in the draft with those concerns, and it certainly didn't help that the normal pre-draft process didn't occur. Like, if he could have traveled to go visit teams, with a real combine and all that, maybe that would have helped his cause to really get face-to-face, as opposed to doing conversations like this with front offices. Maybe really, diving deep with a team, being able to visit a team, that could have helped him, but hey, credit for the Wolves finding him, late, that he has a chance. Like, I really like him. I like him a lot, so hey, good for him for getting all those technicals and Washington being a pretty bad team that he fell all the way to 28. I'm sure there's some teams in the mid-20s really kicking themselves that they don't have him right now.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think honestly, this draft, I love the draft so far, but I think even the jury is still out because we don't even know what Balmero looks like. So I don't know. I still can't give it a complete draft grade, but I really did like what we did.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, Chris, I mean, I don't think Balmero is over here next year. I mean, I think it's a couple of years. So,
really?
Like, if you're reserving judgment until Balmero comes over, you're going to be waiting a while.
Oh, heard that before in the Timberwolves.
But he's in a good system. Like, he's playing for a really good coach overseas. Yeah. He's not getting a whole lot of minutes. A little bit more, I think, in Spanish League, although I haven't looked recently. But when they're playing those EuroLeague games, they're deep enough, and those games are competitive enough, with the stakes really, really high, like second best league in the world, that he's not really earning minutes. But in Spanish League games, he's been getting some run. He's had a couple decent games, going back a handful of weeks. But I haven't looked in recent weeks. But I've been in touch with some people that are stationed over there. My buddy Jason, who used to scout for the Blazers, he's based in Italy. He follows the EuroLeague and Spanish leagues really, really closely. So I've been in contact with him a good amount. But that's probably a reminder that I need to touch base with Jason again just to get an update on Balmero. But the point is, like, I don't expect him over here for 2 years. So it's fun tracking him, but I'm only going to track him so much when I know it's so far away from him being here in Minnesota.
Definitely. So I got one last question about the Wolves here, but what do you think the issue with the Ricky Rubio situation